Everything I say is based on my own opinions and experience. I'm not speaking for the public, and my feedback should be treated as such. Oh, hello there! Since some of you were wondering why I have such a huge issue with the controller support, I decided to do this episode with the keyboard. You are watching Nico Evaluates. With over 24 years of experience on Mega Man games, 7 years of doing the Buster Only No Miss Challenge, and countless Snupster Races, as well as being the QA tester for Mega Man Unlimited, I'm here to tell my honest opinion on different Mega Man games, so sit tight and learn. Now, I do have a mechanical keyboard, it's a typing keyboard, so it's not suitable for gaming, but we'll just ignore that. Okay, for real now. You might see why I only play games that come with controller support. I don't want to play most games with the keyboard, unless it's like an FPS game, but then I don't play a lot of those. When you say it's petty, and people should treat controller support as an extra convenience, let me ask you this. What if we lived in a world where keyboard support and controller support were swapped? Now you could play most games only with the controller, and keyboard support was to be the luxury thing. Then I could go, if you have a problem playing with the controller, then that's your personal preference. Well, now you pissed off the players who use the keyboard. See how that works? If I say I'm not going to play a game without a controller support, that's my business. I'm not sugarcoating anything in this series, I'm telling you how I feel about everything. It's my opinion, not the public's. It's not a fault of the game, it's a fault between me and the game. It's not required to have controller support, but as a result, the game might lose audience, and that's my point. You can very well ignore players like me who would never play a Mega Man game with the keyboard, but you're gonna lose me as a player of your game doing so. I'm not going to download software and bind keys for 10 to 15 minutes if I want to play something right now. I'll just choose a game that I can actually pick up and play. My time is valuable. I'm not jumping at you guys, I just want to clear this up. Because for me, controller support is a necessity, it's not a convenience. So, different people, different preferences, but in this day and age, controller support on a Mega Man game is very important to me. To me. And I think it should be important to everyone. I don't often bring comments on the screen, but this analogy was so good that I have to showcase this. So here's a domino tipper's analogy. Not having the controller support is a lot like running an ice cream shop and only having one flavor, because everyone should be okay with that one flavor. If you don't like it, it's your personal preference, but as such, the person will move on to someplace else. It's that simple. That's exactly what I think. That's exactly, you fucking nailed it. A+ for that comment. That's what I think. In this day and age, you should have the option. Not just have one option and require people to use that or download software to make it work. Sorry about the off topic, I just wanted to get that off my chest. I will continue to interact with you guys in the comment section, so let's do this back and forth thing, shall we? So if you leave a good comment, or if you leave a comment that I have to respond to, then I'll respond to it on the next episode. So let's do kind of back and forth thing here. But let's move on with the episode. And if you disagree with any of this, just leave a dislike and we'll be over this. Case closed for now. So this game also suffers from the same thing. If you press escape anywhere in the game, it just quits the game. That's probably because of Game Maker, but it really pisses me off. Something else got mentioned in the comments. Circuit Man doesn't really have a lot to do with circuits, does he? I mean, he throws blocks and fires the circuit breaker sometimes. That was a good point, I didn't really think about that. I think there's supposed to be like computer chips that he throws, but yeah, the design is kinda lacking on the whole circuit department. That's kinda strange. Also, about this level select. The vertical lines kinda make me feel trapped. So I always feel like I should go around because I have like... I don't have OCD, but that's what it feels like. So The vertical lines look like boundaries to me, like you couldn't go left and right here, but that's just... that's how my brain works. It's just something I want to bring up, because I felt like that's pretty weird how my brain works, so I always want to go like this. Oh well. They should be like more dim or something for my brain to understand that. And also, I don't like that you can't go and repeat Robot Masters. Like, I can't play Circuit Man again. I don't like that. I want to go and... if I want to showcase other things from that stage, or if I just want to play it again, I can't. I have to start a new game. So, that's a bit disheartening. Not a big deal though. I also want to mention that holding the jump button and pressing down a ladder actually works in Mega Man 1. So, my bad there, I didn't even know that was possible, but Shigeroxen pointed that out, thanks for that. But it's not like it's gonna affect gameplay unless you speedrun this. Alright, CRYPT Man is next. And I have a treat for you at the end of this section, so keep watching. At first I wasn't a fan of the stage design-wise, cause it kind of feels like, again, it doesn't belong in the Mega Man universe, but it kind of grew up on me. It kind of reminds me of like those early Disney games on the NES. They kind of had this same style here with these hands and all. So the level grew up on me, so I started liking this, even though it doesn't look that Mega Man-ish, but it's actually a good change. I like this stage. What? You can actually walk... You can walk off that! Really? Hold on. I gotta go check. You can actually fall down here? What? It's not like anyone's gonna do that, but let's check if that's possible on both of those. Oh my god. It doesn't matter, guys, that's just fun. Nobody's gonna go there, but you just drop down, you're dead. That's hilarious. Anyway, I like this stage design. So, chains don't hurt you, which is good. And these hands only deal some damage, they don't kill you right off. So, obviously this is a gimmick on Quick Man. What I have to mention though, is that you don't always have to take all the mechanics from Mega Man 2. I understand that Mega Man 2 is the publicly most liked game. Even though I don't like Mega Man 2 that much. I think 4 is still the best on the NES. And guys, it's my opinion. Don't come after me, I think 4 is the best. Don't hurt me. I'll go into detail if someone wants. Anyway, you don't have to bring all of the game mechanics from Mega Man 2. I'm not saying this game did that, but I've seen some fan games only take gimmicks from Mega Man 2. Don't be afraid to take gimmicks from all of the NES games. There's 6 of them, and 10 Mega Man 7 and 8, and 9 and 10. Don't be afraid to use those ones as well when you're designing stages. But that's just like mostly what I see is gimmicks from Mega Man 2, so it kind of makes me sad. But of course, we've only seen one stage of this game thus far, so I'm not talking about this game right now, I'm talking about fan games in general. So let's continue. Oh, one more thing. Hear that sound the hands make? That kind of sounds like when enemy gets hit. If it was me, I would have added another sound to this. But luckily there's no enemies near here, so it doesn't really matter. But it sounds like the sound effect when an enemy gets hit, and nothing gets hit here. Next thing, spikes! Very well colored. Like, I'm amazed, like, look at those spikes. Easy to see, and they just look phenomenal. I like these kind of spikes. Now, because this stage is a crypt, of course it's gonna have some hidden things. And you know I'm not a fan of those. But it, again, just my opinion here. I'm gonna showcase what I mean soon, when we get rid of these. These guys are a bit inconsistent. Sometimes you need to fire more bullets or circuit breaker shots to kill them. They should be a one-shot kill with the circuit breaker, but sometimes they take 2. And you don't wanna try to outrun these, you'll just die. And they come back very fast, so if you kill one and then jump, they're back already. So they are unforgiving, these guys. They're not like your typical up and downs from Mega Man. These are fucking hazardous. But yeah, I kinda actually like these. God, it's gonna make some hectic gameplay for you later on. I'm gonna show you where. And also one thing I noticed, let's go in the middle here. Fast switching weapons kinda makes the sprites wonky, so if I fire a Buster and then change to Circuit Breaker, kinda lifts his hands up. That's probably hard to even fix, because it's Game Maker, let's be honest here. Just something fun I noticed. It's like, yeah, I fired a Buster, yeah. That's actually funny to me. So, here's one gimmick of the stage. Again, it teaches you first, which I like. If you watched the previous episode, you can't take damage trying to dodge the first one here. So that's your clue. It's a crypt. It's gonna have hazards, and these skulls are gonna drop down from the tubes. Now, if I was designing this stage, I would have probably added another color to these tubes. But then again, it's a crypt. It's supposed to have hazards. You're supposed to be on a lookout. So I just think it works well for what it is. It doesn't need to be changed, in my opinion. I kinda actually like it that there's hazards in a stage like this. It's supposed to be a bit of a danger zone, if you know what I mean. So, let's continue. And this is one tough spot. That was a bit late there. I don't know what happened there. I was expecting it to fall down faster. That's like the... Oh, see what I mean about those. But that was the first time I've actually seen one of those delayed. Oh well, let's get back to where I died. Actually, I'm gonna showcase you how fast you can do this stage. Speedrunning CRYPT was an absolute treat because of the way the stage is balanced. Phenomenal job on this one. See, I haven't even practiced speedrunning this. I'm not a speedrunner at heart. I'm just a perfect runner. But you can do this stage pretty fast if you're skilled. Again, love the spikes, absolutely phenomenal. Firing a circuit breaker from a ladder only lets you shoot out one, because the other hand is occupied holding the ladder. What a nice touch. I would have hoped, you know, that's my new sentence, I would have hoped. But, I would have hoped you could fast switch during a transition. That is possible in Mega Man 10 at least. Like, I can't fast switch when doing a transition, because I was so used to that when playing Mega Man 10. But hey, you can't get it all, I understand. And the batons, or batontons, really have a fun design. They first peek out a little bit and see what's going on. I kinda like that. It's things like this where you can make the original, like a homage to the original enemies. That's where I'm really like giggling like a schoolgirl, and I'm like, look at these fucking beds. I kinda like these, I like the attention to detail without breaking the enemy, like the original design. So, that's pretty funny. Now, problem here is that the birds sometimes spawn from the middle, like that. You barely have any time to react to that. And there's one spot here which almost, like always, kills me, because I just don't have the reaction necessary to deal with it. But I think it's a bit later on. But yeah, that's the first section of the birds. I'll showcase it on the second section, what I mean. We're gonna see the first mini-boss here soon. The explosion actually hurts you after it dies. I'm not used to that in any other Mega Man game. Like, this shouldn't happen. You should just be able to go past it when you kill it. I don't think anyone's expecting that explosion to hurt you. Of course, I'm not saying that's what you should do. It's just something that probably most Mega Man players are used to. That you can just walk past it after you kill it. I'm not saying you have to change it. That's only my opinion here. So take it as you wish. You don't have to listen to me. And one thing about Eddy I'm gonna show you here. And I think Eddy makes this game a bit too easy. Because you can just use Eddy to get like E-tanks and such. But then again, you don't have to use it if you think that's too easy. You can just not use it, you know. But when Eddy is empty, you still shoot like this, but nothing comes out. I'm not sure if this is by design, or if it's just a bug, I'm not sure. But to set Eddy down, you have to shoot as well, so... I don't know. Let me see if I can showcase... when you get hit against the wall, kind of twitch a bit. I'm not sure if that's gonna come into play anywhere, but it's just something little I noticed. And I was asking around what people thought about my evaluation series as a whole, and I got a comment that I'm just trying to find flaws, just to find flaws. Most of these things I find when I just play the game. I'm not trying to find like mistakes and bugs, but I try sometimes I do. Sometimes I do try to find bugs, because that's what the job of a real beta tester is. Of course, I'm not a beta tester of this game, I'm just testing it. But when I was doing the beta testing for Mega Man Unlimited, this is exactly what I was doing. I was playing the game and I was trying to get hit in purpose, trying to do something that probably 1% of people would do. And that's how you find flaws. And I think it's important to understand that finding those little things could spark something in the developer, and they could be like, I've seen that happen before, and I've actually seen that here and there, and now I actually know how to fix it. So I hope this actually helps the developer by finding everything I can on this little playthrough here. It's not like I'm trying to make the game look bad. I'm trying to break the game in any way possible when I'm doing this, so that they could improve their products, either this one or the next one. I think it's really important that you showcase everything you find. Of course, nothing's perfect. Some things are gonna stay, and that's understandable, but what I'm going after here is that it's really important to me to be able to showcase everything that I found. And if that helps anyone, then fucking great, I've done a good job then. So that's just my 2 cents. So I'm not trying to like find flaws, I'm literally playing through the game and finding most of these by accident. And I hope that this helps anyone who's developing a Mega Man game to see all of the possible things that could happen and could go wrong, and then how to fix it. But that's just what I think. Now, the second Cerebrus is a bit different from the first, because it can shoot. I think it can shoot sometimes like... Yeah, he can still shoot when he's not on the screen here. Not a problem. Just, I think this is kind of cool actually, because if he started doing that when you come to the screen, I think that would have been even cooler. Like when you come up here, that he was already shooting fire. I think that would have been cool, because then you're like, okay, there's another... Oh, he actually does! I like that. Nice. So it actually does. So now you know there's gonna be a mid boss. So that's why I like it. And look at what Circuit Breaker does to this boss. Bam, 1 hit dead. It's pretty overpowered as a weapon. It kills most enemies in 1 hit, even the mid bosses. But also it takes 2 of your energy away from the weapon, so I guess that's fair. I've seen a previous version of this game where these spikes were almost like they blended into the foreground, but now they fixed it. They look a lot nicer. Now you can actually tell that they're spikes. So this is the place where the birds are really an issue. I think they should always come from either left or right, because when they come from the middle, you can see the problem. You have so little time to react, and at the same time you're trying to get rid of this enemy in the pit. So let's see how this works out. You just have to find the perfect spot, and it's really a clusterfuck. I think they should always come from the same side, or either left or right even, and just give you some time, and not spawn from the middle. Because when they spawn from the middle, you don't have any time to react. Oh! Hell with that spot. The hell with that shit. I'm actually enjoying this stage. This is rather excellent in my opinion. But that bird design is not what I like. It should always come from the left or right and not from the middle, and as such, when it comes from the middle, it's like more of a hectic spot than it should be. And also, you can shoot and still go up and down at the same time. And I'm gonna show you why this is important later on in the game in another stage. I think it was Postman stage. This trick is really important later on, because you can't do this in a normal Mega Man game, but here it actually works well. I like this fix. Again, very nice colors. The purple with the orange works very well. good choice. And that's where I died, because I jumped up there when it was exploding, because I didn't think that would kill me. So let's get through this now. It's like, let's get through this now. Can't even talk. Mouth is open. Jeez, that's a tight window. There we go. So that's my opinion on the birds. Ah! Good heavens. Good spike trap. You can easily adjust to that. Good one. And remember that treat I was talking to you about? That's gonna come into play here. Alright. One thing I noticed about this boss, I'm gonna showcase that first. You still get hit even though he's leaving the screen. Like, you see when he vanishes into the background, his eyes glow red. You can still get hit by just the eyes. That's something that I found kind of weird. So, let's see if I can showcase that. Because I got hit like that many times, so I want to showcase that. There we go. So you still get hit by just the little red eyes. That's a bit strange. You shouldn't get hit by eyes, because he's... Of course, he's in the background by that point. So that doesn't make sense that you get hit when he's in another plane. And if you get cornered, you're in a bad spot. The boss has some visible RNG, but it's still so doable that I decided to try a no miss perfect. Yes, you heard me right. I decided to do a no miss perfect on this boss. And so let's not blabber about it any longer than need to be. Let's cut this out and I'll show you the no miss perfect. Alright, so I'm not gonna do this on every boss, but I wanted to do this on this one because I really found that the pattern this guy had was very doable and it was very fun to do. I haven't had this much fun with a no miss perfect in a while. That's the same kind of feeling I got when I was doing the Mega Man Unlimited bosses no miss perfect. This guy has a clear pattern, even though there is some RNG. It's not as heavy, so when he's about to charge you, he shows it clearly. He has an animation to show that he's gonna charge. And he has another animation for his jumping. So everything he does, you can react to. And this is my strategy I found out after like trying it 3 to 4 times. So you can still take more shots here and there, but it's a bit too risky for a no miss perfect. So this is really the best strategy I found. But what a phenomenally designed boss. What a treat. This is the most fun I've had in this game so far. And I had fun throughout the whole game, it's just that this was like the pinnacle moment so far. So that's my thank you for the developer for a great boss. Thank you. That was fucking fun. I enjoyed that. Look at that fucking perfect. Onwards. Let's rescue Nightman and what a treat. What a good boss. Excellent design. I like that. I can't get over that. The design is so well balanced that a no miss perfect is possible, and that's what I've been saying. If a no miss perfect is possible, the boss is well designed. So kudos. Really enjoyed that one. Jumping onto a ladder while holding down makes you twitch a bit. This could harm the speedrunners. Now sometimes you go through him like that. I don't know what controls that. But that's like the second time I've seen it in like 2 hours, so not a huge deal. Good telegraphs all over. You can easily tell what he's gonna do next. And that's how you design a boss. This is how. Take notes again. Holy shit! There we go. Nice. Very good boss. The background is a bit strange. The pillars in the background are probably designed to look like they're far away. But it just kind of looks like 2 pillars are on top of nothing. So that background could use a little more work, I think. Enjoyed that boss a lot. If I do no miss perfects on your game, you know that you've done an amazing job. Photon Man's turn, and I kind of see a team here. Pulse, Photon, Fuse, Circuit, Shock. Huh. They're all pretty similar to each other. Not sure if that's intended or if just if that's like a theme of the game or something. I would have probably preferred more variation between the bosses myself. Okay, first question. Holy hell, that's bright. Well, the stage does look nice. What does a sunflower have to do with photons? I like the Woodman effect though. That's a nice touch. Whoa! And if you just kill the flower part, the base is still there. That's kind of fun. Look at the hitbox. What an amazing job on the hitbox as well. Good. And it's actually fun to insert your rectum into these stems of the flowers. Okay. You just have to watch out for the explosions. Really like this Woodman effect. But again, it's from Mega Man 2, so just have mechanics from other games too. Mega Man 2 is not the only game. So now we have... There we go, Mega Man 1. There we go. Big Eye. Thank you. Although all of the Mega Man games had big eyes, but this one looks a lot like... Excuse me? What the fuck? That's unexpected. Can I land on him? I really want to land on him now. Why do I drop down and he doesn't? Well, that's a first. So anyway, when you're designing a fan game, just remember there's other games besides Mega Man 2. I'm not criticizing this game for that, I'm just saying in general. Remember there's all kind of Mega Man games out there and you could do all kind of cool stuff. Or just make your own things. Let's see if that thing happens again. I want to see that again. So funny. I wonder if these are random or not. Nice. That's hilarious. That's actually cool. I think you should keep that, because it's like, I'm stuck. Like he's too fat for the little pit. Oh god, that's funny. So, the game's teaching you a mechanic again. I think we can safely say that this game does an awesome job teaching you mechanics. Can't die. So that's good. So now we're like, okay, what's next? And first time I got here, I actually went here. I got fucked by the spider. Wasn't expecting that, so there's no tail. They're just gonna come down from there. Good farming place, actually. And I tried to rush coil myself up there, but couldn't go up there, so good. Whoa. Ah! I just wanted to test the hitbox on that. And also the circuit breaker does kill everything in one hit, pretty much. I haven't found like an enemy that it doesn't kill in one hit. So let's check the big eye as well. Holy shit! And also, a thing to note, the spiders don't get ejected the spikes from these. So they completely ignore the blocks. So now that we know how this mechanic works, just gonna slide. It reminds me of the Tri-Nitro platforms. Oh! Alright. Holy hell! You have to be in exactly center of those blocks for them to work, apparently. So let's check that so I'm not talking out of my ass. Okay, not completely center, but you have to be pretty precise. There we go. The block should fall down faster, I think, so this didn't happen. It's kind of awkward, because when it's going down, you can't jump. But that's again your own fault for staying there too long. But then again, if the block went down faster, this problem wouldn't exist. Ah! There's not much space here to battle these enemies. They're just trolls, basically. You just have to wonder. Like Mega Man Eternal and this game were both made with Game Maker. And this game completely shits in Eternal's face. And it's good that the opening here has a purple background, because otherwise some people might just drop down there. But that's good. So obviously this is a checkpoint. Yeah, I think the Mets are slower, but I already mentioned that, so This section is a bit hectic. So, excuse me for concentrating. And here, I have... If I can just... Okay, I'm gonna dodge these enemies and explain at the same time. So, don't have openings when you can't access them. So, you see that opening on the right? You can't actually go there. So, instead of having an opening, consider having a wall, so that the player doesn't feel like a dumbass when he's trying to go there and nothing happens. So, if you have two routes, then have two routes, but if you only have one accessible route, then just use that one and block the other one off. Because, let me show you if I can get there. Because you can't go there, so you're kinda... Okay, then. So it kinda treats the player as a dumbass. And that's like... Glad that I got that showcased. You're not expecting a spider to drop down from there. Even though, arguably, it's the same kind of gap in the ceiling that the spiders drop from, but you're almost never gonna see that. But it's not a huge deal. Ah! God, erratic spiders, I can't even get up. I actually kinda like them. They like create havoc and they make you panic. That's kind of their intention as well. I like the design. So, I'm gonna showcase here what you can do with Cypher Cloak. Cypher. So, Circuit Cloak. So, CRYPT Cloak comes in handy here. If you wanna pass this, you can just do this. But let's go the original route. And thing to note, you can't fast switch your weapon when you're in this mode. So you have to either pause, or just fire again and then fast switch. Not sure if that's intended, but that's kind of messes me up when I'm trying to do something fast and I can't fast switch. So I'm not sure why that is. This is like, oh, again, like you should be able to jump off screen here, but when you can't, you're just gonna take a hit from the meteor and you're trying to jump over it. So the same kind of problem that in Circuit Man stage. Actually, I wanna see if this guy drops in the pit. Can we do that? Damn it. Oh well, next time. So here, you're catching, I think, solar power here. Or solar energy. And I would have hoped that it was filling a bit faster. Cause you can actually see it go down that fast. So make it feel a bit faster. This is kinda... We're just kinda like waiting here, like... Not a big deal though. But you know what I mean. I like to keep the gameplay fluent. And here you're battling spiders as you're doing this. There we go. Glad that it keeps its power from the first one to here, so that's actually good. There we go. So, Photon Man telegraphs all his moves very well, and thus gives you a pretty fair fight. This boss is also doable with the no-miss rule, but it's a bit harder. I love the anchor shot. but it's a bit harder because the longer the fight goes on, the more likely you'll get hit by him, because he's gonna corner you. Sometimes he punches you when you're close, and sometimes he doesn't. So that's where you're gonna take the hit if you are. Let's see if I can showcase that. You wanna be on a different plane than him at all times, pretty much. But I found this strategy here. If you're just hugging the left wall, and you just wait for him to come close to you and deal with that. But the problem is he sometimes does things a bit differently. Like here he punches you. You can you can still jump over that. But sometimes when you try to jump over, he jumps like straight up, and that's when you get hit. So that's where I stopped trying the no-miss rule. It's still a good design of a boss. You can easily do this with just like no damage. So that's good. The no-miss is just another thing entirely. It is possible, but I wouldn't do it for this recording here. It's gonna take too long. He deals a lot of damage, but he telegraphs everything so well that you don't have to worry about that. If you just know what you're doing, if you practice this a couple of times, you should be okay. So let's try to kill him now, using the Charge Buster. because that's a bit faster. So we don't completely get fucked. This reminds me a bit of Solar Man. By the way, he's jumping and punching you. Oh, yeah, that's a death trap there. There was nothing you could have done there, so that would have been the end of the no miss. And the no damage as well. So there, the RNG is a bit heavier in this boss, although still doable, but not as enjoyable as CRYPT was. But still, pretty good design. I like this boss as well. This game has pretty good boss fights, and every other game should take notes how they did this. It's a bit difficult. I'm just gonna probably load my save state where I have him done perfectly, so we can get the beat parts. But for this now, I'm just gonna beat him normally and then load the save after that. So, very good boss. I enjoyed this one. I can't find anything too badly wrong with it. He just sometimes can just corner you and there's nothing you can do. But apart from that... oh no! Apart from that, pretty good boss. Like, it's a reactionary fight, that's why I like it. More bosses should be reactionary, like Concrete Man. Concrete Man is the very example of how to do a boss. That's one of the best bosses I've seen in any game. Because it's reactionary, and that's how you should make a boss. This fight was also reactionary, that's why I liked it. So that is Photon Man. We did get the perfect, even though... died a couple of times. Hello, Fireman. His face looks like a hamster in this one. I love these little cutscenes. They bring so much more into this game. If you agreed on the things I said, leave a like. If you disagreed, leave a dislike. I love them both. And I'll catch you next time as we save our game here.